Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be painting some pieces of furniture that I recently picked up. I will also be decorating the front room and entryway for springtime. I love lavender and white together and they go absolutely beautiful in these two rooms. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video and I hope you get inspired to do some decorating it. So let's just get right into it. So this is a desk that I picked up a few months back and I love how it fits with my decor so beautifully, and I've been wanting to paint this for quite some time and I'm finally getting to it. So I'm going to share with you how I painted it and the paint that I used and all that stuff. I found these beautiful appliques online and I will leave a link to the ones that I used in my description box, and I use this seller on eBay all the time and I love their appliques. They are bendable, so if you have like a rounded piece or a piece that isn't straight flush, these work perfectly, and you can always heat them up in the microwave for just a bit to get them a little more pliable, but I love them. And then I have some wooden ones over here off to the right. I'm not going to use those today, but I will use these beautiful rose pieces. And I'm just showing you some of the other ones that I have. I have some very similar to this in my kitchen on my island. They're so pretty, and I do believe I got them from the same seller. Also, this is what some of them look like when you receive them. They are this brown color, and I love using the brown because you can take a sander and kind of distress it and that brown shows through. With the whiter ones or the cream colored ones, you have to kind of maybe add like a little bit of a brown paint to them to make it look distressed. But I love using these furniture appliques on a lot of my projects that I do. Here I have the appliques glued to my desk, and I do like to tape them up for at least 30 minutes to make sure they're not going to slide around anywhere. And I did use E6000 glue. I used to use wood glue and it didn't hold as well and it didn't dry as fast. This is amazing for wood appliques. I've been using this for a few years and love using it, and it works so good. I think I've got mine at Hobby Lobby, but I had these taped up for a good 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's best to do it overnight, but 30 minutes was fine for this project. And then I'm using the Valspar Ultra, and this is a paint and primer in one. And I did just get a basic white paint, what they had on the shelf. And what I did was I used a very small brush to paint the entire thing. I'm going to show you the brush that I use here in just a few minutes when I start my other project. But I did go ahead and do 3 coats, and 3 coats was just enough for this project. Okay, so here's the dresser that I found at the thrift store. It was only $30. This is not an antique, and it's actually not even real wood. It is a very good dresser. It's super heavy, but when I took the knobs off, I could tell that it was particle board. So I know I had posted a picture of this a few weeks back or a week back, and I know there was somebody that was a little concerned if it was an antique and they didn't want me to paint it, but it's not an antique, it's not real wood, and this is going to go perfectly in my office area. But I did love this little keyhole on here, so I left that, and I did love those drop knobs down at the bottom drawer. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the top wooden because I just love that contrast. And then I picked up these glass drop knobs at Hobby Lobby, and they were 50% off, and I'm going to use them on the middle drawer and the top drawer. For every project that I have done in my home, I have always done it this way. I know that you can go through more of a detailed process when you paint furniture and do like a full-on sanding and a good sealing finish when you're done, but I've always just cleaned my furniture really well, get rid of all the dirt and the dust, and then I will just start painting. And this is what I am doing here. I'm just giving it a really good wipe down, making sure there isn't any dirt or dust left on the furniture piece, and then I'm going to remove all 3 drawers and I will paint them off to the side over here. And then the brush that I am going to use is just a very small craft brush, and here it is. It's just a flat brush, and I love using these types of brushes to get into those small cracks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my paint and just go through the corners and all those little tiny spaces first. If you are new to my channel, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope that you are enjoying the video so far, and I truly hope that you do consider subscribing to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. So I just want to say a quick thank you, and I do appreciate you stopping by to watch today's video. So here's the dresser all painted, and I did have to use 4 coats of paint on this project, and I did let the coats dry in between each coat, and I always use very, very, very thin coats. I feel like it works out better this way. It's less likely to goop up and make a mess, and I did finish this in probably about 2 hours, but I love how this turned out. It looks so pretty. I really was on the fence about painting this because I thought the color of it was really pretty. However, all of my furniture is white, and I am so happy that I painted it. It just flows better in here. And then I did move stuff around. I have this side table over here with this lovely sign that a subscriber gave me, which I absolutely love. And then over here I have my printer and my Cricut machine, and then I have all of my stuff put away nice and neatly in these drawers. I have all of my Cricut stuff in here and some printing paper, and it definitely looks better than just a mess that I did have in this corner. I really wanted to make these 2 pieces look like they were fit to sit in a same room together, and these knobs that were on the desk just weren't doing it for me, and I wanted to find some glass knobs. So I went online and I found these knobs here. Wonderful price. I will leave them linked down in my description box. I do believe they came in a pack of 12. And here they are. I just added them to my dresser. I did have a few left over, so I'm going to add those upstairs in the bathroom. I did get a cabinet to go up there on my wall, and then a tall side cabinet to go up there as well for some storage that I have. But I will show you that in a different video. But I love how these knobs look, and it just definitely completes the look of this desk. Now I'm just going to do a little decorating over here on this wall. This little piece that I'm hanging up here with some hooks, I'm going to hang some jute baskets on here. I love to keep some office supplies in here like pens and some tape and a couple of other little things that I use often. And now I'm just going to free up these shelves that I have up here. I felt like they started getting a little cluttered. Sometimes when I don't know where to put stuff, I just kind of put stuff everywhere, and then it ends up looking like a little bit of a mess. And I feel like that's what I was doing the past couple weeks. So I'm just kind of cleaning this up and making it flow just a little bit better. Here's the office area all finished, and I am so happy that I painted both of these pieces. They definitely fit better in this area, and I do have my desk at a little bit of an angle now to give myself a little more room behind my chair, and I just love how everything flows back here. Ideally, I would love to have my very own room with a closed door and have my office in there, but my house is just too small for that, and we never used this dining room area for anything, and a table just sat in here. So this is where I have my office set up. I still need to find a spot to put my lighting in the corner, as you can see there, but for now that's where they're gonna stay. But everything else, I am really loving how everything turned out. I love that I painted these, and I did finish them in only 2 days. It only took me 2 days to paint both of these pieces. If you have any questions about anything in today's video, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comments. I will be more than happy to answer for you. I do get tons of questions about these bird cage or chicken wire cloches, and I did purchase those at Marshall's probably, I want to say maybe 3 years ago, and they are just so pretty. I did find some online that were very similar, so I will add a link to those in my description box. Okay, so here is the entryway, and I have such a great idea to decorate this using some whites and some lavender. This is a mirror that I found at a thrift store. I want to say it was a few bucks. I don't remember how much it was, but it was not that much. I did paint that using the same paint. And then I had this window pane that I found at Kirkland's a couple years ago, and I thought it would look so pretty sitting here. I love decorating with lavender in the springtime, and around my neighborhood, lavender is blooming everywhere, and it is just so beautiful. I love how it looks with whites, and I wanted to kind of have that as my theme in these two rooms. I found this lavender wreath a couple years back, and I do believe I got that at Home Goods. So I'm just adding it to this mirror to give it some color, and then I'm gonna also take that same lavender and add it to these lanterns that I have on each side of the mirror. Here's some lavender that I picked up at the Dollar Tree a couple years back, and they did come in bundles. I just kind of cut them up in pieces, and then I'm just gonna add them to the greenery here in this lantern. The lanterns here in my entryway, I did find these at Hobby Lobby, and I want to say about 6 years ago is when I purchased them, and I do believe they still have them. And if you do purchase them, make sure that you go when they are 50% off. Don't ever buy anything from Hobby Lobby unless it is 50% off, because if it is not 50% off when you are in store, it will definitely be 50% off the following week. That's how their sales work. But I love these lanterns. I have switched the decor out here several times and added different lanterns, and I always go back to these, and I just think they are so beautiful. Since I am decorating for spring, it would not be complete without some beautiful distressed shabby chic looking bunnies, and I found these at Home Goods just a few days ago. They were $16.99 a piece, and I adore them. I think they are so darn cute, and you can use these anywhere. Today I'm placing them here in my entryway. These would also look really pretty on a fireplace mantle. You can add some florals and some baskets, and I think these just look so pretty for springtime. I love decorating with some bunnies, and I'm going to use more of those types of bunnies over in my living room area as well. So I felt like I needed to add something in this little space between my bench and my little side table. And when I was at Hobby Lobby, I also found this lavender, and it looks so real This was also 50% off of $14.99, and I got 2 bundles of this. And I have a little vase placed in this plant stand, and I'm just going to place the lavender in the vase to kind of hold it up a little bit better. And then I have a garland of moss, and I also found that at Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and I thought it would look really pretty to add a little bit of greenery over here and then hide that vase as well. And it also helps support that lavender from kind of leaning over. But I love this. I think it looks so pretty over here, and it gives the right amount of color. Now that I have the entryway complete, I'm gonna head on into the living room, and this area kind of flows into my office area, and I am going to be doing some lavender in here as well. But I did have one of you suggest that I add 2 more of these lace panels, and I am so happy that you suggested this because I went and bought 2 more, and I love these. The price is so good, and they are just so beautiful. So I went ahead and bought a set of 2 more, and then I added them up here in my window, and I love these lace panels. They are just so pretty, and I truly love them. And with that gathered look with those 2 extra, they just complete the look in here. So whoever you are, if you're watching, I just want to say thank you for that suggestion. Here is what the window looks like now with the extra 2 panels, and it does give just a little bit more privacy with that gather, and I love them. They are so beautiful. And I also love my velvet cream color panels that are on each side, and I will leave both of those linked down in my description box if you are interested. Here's some lavender that I'm just going to add to my planter that I have down here. During the months of February and March, I like to start adding greenery throughout my house. I feel like once you take everything down after Christmas, it's just really bare, and that's when I like to kind of subtly add a little bit of green and then add more green as the weeks and months go into springtime. And then once I start to see things blooming around my neighborhood, that's when I start to add that color, and I am definitely seeing a lot of blooming lavender, and so that's when I decided that I'm going to start adding some lavender inside my home, and I love the way this looks. I definitely had to move this planter up. It was just too hidden down on that second shelf. So here on the second shelf, I decided to add some bunnies and then just a little bit of greenery with a candle holder, and then I'm going to be using a couple of my flameless candles between the 2 bunnies, and I did find these at Ross probably about 4 years ago. That wooden box down at the bottom holds some essential oils, and it's neatly put away, and I love that box for my oils. I found that box at Ross, and then like I said, the bunnies were purchased from Ross, and I do believe that candle holder was as well. Those flameless candles, I did find them online, and I will leave it linked. The ceramic planter was found at Home Goods. I do get asked about my lamps. I did find those on Craigslist a few years ago. Over here in this corner, I wanted to add just a little bit of light, so I'm going to be placing my candelabra lamp over here, and I did find this at a consignment shop. That is it for today's video. I truly hope that it has inspired you to maybe pick up a really inexpensive item from a thrift store, garage sale, and do a painting project yourself. It really is very simple. I hope this video has inspired you to do some decorating or just give you some ideas. If you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to hit that thumbs up and make sure that you subscribed if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Have a beautiful day. Bye.